No one's coming to save us, guys. Officials are saying, quote, never let a good crisis go to waste. Let's talk about it. So did you hear what I just said? Never let a good crisis go to waste. That's exactly what our officials are saying right now. I'm sure you've heard that saying before, but now they're saying it again. And they're talking about the food crisis and our farmers. So stay tuned. We're going to dive into that. Let's get into a few other things really quick before we get to that, because no one's coming to save us, guys. We've had the entire apparatus of the federal government on top of things before. Very recently, in the past 2 years. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. But when it comes to people potentially starving to death, inflation being so high that people can't afford to eat, they're not going to help you guys. I hate to tell you. They're actively promoting this. They're saying this is a good thing. They're saying this crisis is good and we will not let this go to waste. This is an opportunity to push our agenda. And really quick, guys, you guys are incredible on these views, the comments, the likes, the subscribes. I'm literally just blown away. I know I've been saying this, but I'm super grateful for you guys. You don't even understand how much I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. And I seriously, I'm trying to read every comment. I'm behind. I'm way behind, but I'm gonna read every comment eventually. We've already seen the big guy warning of, quote, food shortages are gonna get real. But that was months ago. I remember reading that and reporting on it almost 2 months ago. So what's the response? There is no response. It's gonna be up to you guys. Okay, this is an agenda. This is a planned event, and now it's all out in the open. Nobody's hiding anything anymore. Okay, this is a revelation of what's happening right now, because everything has been happening behind the scenes the past at least 50 years. The Federal Reserve has been around how long? Didn't they just celebrate their 100-year anniversary recently? So this has been going on a really long time, and we're getting to the precipice of this. Just like my video yesterday, the Goya CEO warned we're on the precipice of having weaponized food. Everyone knows what's happening, but there's no response. And now the response is, yes, there's a crisis, but we are not going to let this crisis go to waste. So let's see what the geniuses are telling us to do now to feed 8 billion people in the world. Let's see what these geniuses are like. Don't we have like the best farmers on these boards? No, we have a bunch of bureaucrats that have never even probably seen a farm except one time when they drove by a winery or something. So these are people that are totally disconnected from our food, and that's something you need to do too, guys. You need to get connected to your food. You need to grow your own food. You need to prep. You need to get canned goods, get rice. I said in my last video, somebody was shocked that $8 or $9 in rice, 20 pounds of it is 33,000 calories. And that's enough calories to feed you for 16 days. Yeah, you'll be living off rice and you'll be, malnourished, but you'll be alive. You won't be starving to death. And that's why you supplement it with canned goods, canned meat, canned chicken, canned tuna. Get used to eating these things, guys. I grew up eating canned tuna and canned crap like that all the time. Vienna sausages, all that stuff. Get used to these things. Try these things now, because you don't want to be starving and have to eat food you've never eaten before, and then they make you throw up and lose calories. So you know what I mean? Like, try it now. Figure out a way to cook these things. Figure out which foods are gonna work for you. You don't have to get Spam or Vienna sausages. You can just stick to chicken or something if you want. So let's read this quote really quick, because this is just sick. It's almost like they're giving us this solution that's just, it's nonsense. It's nonsense, guys. This is not a real solution to the food crisis that we're having right now. So, quote, fertilizer shortages are real now because Russia is a big exporter of fertilizer. And even though fertilizer is not sanctioned, less fertilizer is coming out of Russia. Power explains, Samantha Power. As a result, we're working with countries to think about natural solutions like manure and compost. And this may hasten transitions that would have been in the interest of farmers to make eventually anyways. So never let a crisis go to waste. That's great, you know? What a great way to look at it. Just take the crisis and instead of fixing it, just implement your agenda. You know, why not just do that? It's the perfect thing to do. It just makes sense. If you're a sociopath, right? Makes sense. So that's the genius solution to solve the hunger crisis, the fertilizer crisis. Fertilizer's up 70% since last year. I've seen farmers say it's up 400% for some of them. And think about it. They're not going to buy all that fertilizer. They might buy a little bit. Their crop yield is going to be terrible. And then next year's harvest is going to be one of the worst global harvests we've seen in modern history. That's what one of my videos was about, a couple videos about, talking about how farmers are quitting because fertilizer and feed prices are so high. This is going to be one of the worst modern harvests of farm products and farm crops in modern history. This is going to be terrible, guys. And this is what they want to do. They want to take you back to the Stone Ages to just use manure and compost. This is a joke. Who thought of this? Even organic farmers, they don't just use manure and compost. Okay, they use organic fertilizer. They use like fish emulsion or some kind of granule fertilizer that dissolves in the soil. Like they don't just use compost and get a big juicy tomato. Okay, maybe if you're like in Iowa or something, you have like super rich soil. Maybe like one place, couple places in the country, you can just throw it in there. 95% of places on Earth, 98% of places on Earth. This is the dumbest solution I've ever heard. If you know anything about farming or gardening, you're trying to grow any plants, which you should be doing right now, guys. I talk about it every video. Just get started now. Just try to plant a seed in a little cup or something. The easiest seeds to germinate are literally like bean seeds, cucumber seeds, zucchini seeds, like those big seeds. Those are like the easiest ones to germinate because they're just a lot hardier and they're not going to get like lost down packed under too much soil. And they only need, bury your seeds like that deep, guys. Poke a little hole, put it in, and then cover it up, and it only needs like literally that much soil on top of it. And that's it. And just keep it nice and wet until it germinates, and then start letting it dry out a little, but not completely, to keep it wet a little bit. See, this is what we need. We need like real farmers with real solutions. I used to be a small scale farmer, organic vegetable operation, like a market garden type situation. But we need like massive farmers with 100,000 acres too. We need their input too. You think they're just gonna have enough manure for 100,000 acres? Like, this is a joke. Where's all this manure coming from? This is a joke, guys. We're gonna go scrape up some cow turds out in the pasture. I think there's a bunch of turds over here, guys. We could just put it on the crops. It's the perfect idea. Let's just go out here and pick them all up, and then we'll bring them to the crops. Genius. Freaking genius. I don't know why nobody thought of this before. So I know I'm getting a little sarcastic here. Let me know what you guys think about this issue. Like, nobody's coming to save us. This is the genius solution you're being given to solve the hunger crisis. Like, they're aware of what's happening. Everyone knows what's going on, and you're not being given a solution. One quick thing too, we spent $500 million for farmers to help them with this crisis and the fertilizer prices and everything else. Sounds like a lot, right? $500 million. Wow. But then how much are we sending overseas for this war? 33 billion, 43 billion, 50 billion. That's the priority, guys. The priority could be life, growing food and feeding people, or the priority could be death. And sadly, that's the priority right now. We're the richest, most wealthy country on earth, but there's millions of children that go to bed starving every night. This is just insane. But then we're sending billions of dollars to kill people. This is just all upside down. This is clown world, guys. We've officially entered it. I know we've probably been in it for years, but it's just like now it's mainstream. It's just mainstream to live in clown world, and everybody accepts it because they don't want to accept that they're living in it. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm so grateful for you guys commenting, subscribing, liking. I'm seriously truly blessed by you guys, that you guys like to watch me and listen to me ramble on all these topics. I'm seriously so blessed. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. You guys always say thank you to me. Thank you guys. Seriously, you guys did this. I'm just a guy trying to get information out to people because I care about humanity. You guys are doing this. You guys are the squad. This is it, guys. This is the movement, and you're a part of it, guys, and thank you so much. I'm super blessed, and you guys have a blessed day, guys. Thank you.